Previously on Dobie Masters. On the last episode, we had an emergency session so we could put a quick end to Cleo's horrible habit of jumping up on people using a technique specifically created for Dobermans. In episode 7, we taught Cleo the luring behavior, which is critical with leash training. And in episode 9, we introduced her to the heel position, another fundamental building block of true loose leash walking. So coming up today, we bring everything together that we've taught Cleopatra and begin real loose leash walking. And as always, we utilize the Doberman's instinctual behaviors to our advantage to supercharge her training and ensure there's zero leash pulling. This is how you train loose leash walking the right way, the Doberman way. Here at Doberman Planet, we believe that anyone can be successful with raising the perfect Doberman companion. You don't need to have decades of experience or be an elite trainer to own one of these impressive dogs. Follow the journey of everyday owners and their dogs as we go about transforming their relationships and making true home-worthy companions. Welcome to Dobie Masters. Today we're doing loose leash training with Cleopatra today. I'm really excited. This is Dobie Masters, so of course we're doing it the Doberman way. Okay, before we get started with loose leash walking with Cleo, we've done a few things to prepare her to make sure she's ready for this. We didn't just jump straight into it. The first thing we did was luring with her in episode 7. So let's give that a shot and just see how she's doing with her luring. On my side. Doing really good. She has improved a lot, Art. And also in episode 9, we worked on the heel position. So let's make sure she's got that position down. I could tell from the luring, honestly, she already has it, but let's give it a shot. On my side. Yes. On my side. Yes. Yes. On my side. Yes, you see that? That was great. I definitely think Cleo's ready for loose leash walking. The only thing I'm worried about right now is a little bit of her drive. I think her drive could be a little bit higher, but that's something we're working on with her owner. Drive is just one of those things you can never get enough of anyway, so you kind of always want more. Cleo is extra wound up today, so we are gonna get her energy out. That's the first step to really take the edge off. Dobermans build habits quicker than many other breeds, so if you have a real sloppy, bad walk, even just with a couple mess ups, they're gonna potentially build sloppy habits. So let's just get her energy out. Come on, girl. Let's go. Yes. How about this one? Good girl. As I've said many times on this channel, Dobermans love having some way to differentiate work time from just normal time. So with Cleopatra, we have this harness that we got for her. It has a quick disconnect portion on the back side, which is really nice for her because when that goes on and comes off, she can really tell that it's time to work or it's just time to relax. And they call this vesting. So when we vest the dog, she knows it's time to work. When you start training this behavior, you want to do it with the least distractions possible. So we're starting indoors in her living room, basically, where Cleopatra spends all her time. So it's very familiar with her with very few distractions. So let's run her through it a few times. So we're going to have the leash in the right hand and we're going to have her on our left-hand side. And we're going to guide her into position. We're going to say the heel command that we have chosen, which is on my side. And we're going to get walking here. We want as many wins in our column as possible. So we want it to be very, very clean with not any issues because we're building habits here. So on my side, let's walk. There we go. And when you're doing this, the more focus, the better. And if you need to, you can go along a barrier along the side, like the wall or any other barrier if she starts creeping out to the side and it starts getting sloppy in that sense. I'm now releasing the lure in my hand less frequently as we go. I'm really trying to release it quite often when she's sitting though. So when we come to a complete stop and she's completed a full rotation of walking with a completely loose leash, she gets a big jackpot. Now, once she's got it down inside the house, we come outside to where there's more distractions. So with your dog, don't do this until they really got it down, but we're outside and let's give it a shot and see how she is. Now we're gonna adjust the rate of reinforcements with how much we release as far as the treat goes based on how she's doing. We want success with the walk. We want the position real nice and tight, but we also want to challenge her a little bit, not just constantly feeding her. We want to slow down the rate at which we feed her. So that's what we're going to do. And every now and then we'll say the command, take a break, and we'll just let her loose and kind of not loose, but long leash, and we'll let her sniff around, just be a dog. Ready, girl? On my side. Right here. Good girl, good girl. Yes, good girl. And I'm not giving any commands when we start walking. I'm just expecting her to follow me because we've already done on my side. You see this hopping that she has while we're walking? This is a good sign. It means that she's really driven for the treats we're using. I'm just gonna start walking with no commands. There we go. Good girl. Yes, yes. Girl, yes, 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 good girl, good girl, good girl. Drop it. Yes, good girl, yes. You don't want to be super dependent on treats, right? We don't always want to just guide them around by a treat for the rest of our life. So we want to slowly start working off of that. Just like we did with the watch me command on a previous episode where we use the treat and we put it up against her eyes to bring her gaze up, we can start doing that. So on my side. Yes. Yes. Yes, and then eventually we can try to bring our hands down a little bit. On my side. Yes, she was looking at me, she was not looking at the treat, and that's why I marked and rewarded that. So that's how we can slowly get off of our over-dependence on treats and bring her gaze up to our eyes, even when our hands are down low, and eventually get to the point where we can just walk with our hands swinging, and she's still looking at us, still focused and ready to perform, but now we don't have to just guide her around by treats everywhere we go. Something really important I want to bring up is you can't just do this really high drive, demanding, high focus of your dog the entire time you go on a long walk, for example. We want to have kind of two different walks. One where we're a little more lackadaisy is the relaxed walk, and that's where she won't have her two little pouches on her back, because that's going to be our equipment signal to her that it's time to work. She won't have that on her back, and not going to have her in the strict positioning. We're certainly not going to use the command on my side, and we'll let out a long lead and let her sniff around, go back and forth. We're not going to allow her to pull. If she pulls, we turn into an anchor and we wait till she gives us slack on the leash before we walk forward. But it's important that we have that more relaxed walk, because that's going to be a lot of our walking, maybe even a majority of it. But then when it's time to get serious, we're going to have those two pouches on her back, the new gear for her, and we'll give the command on my side, and then we're going to expect a very precise action from her of staying on our side as we go into places such as out in public or to the store, for example, or anywhere else that she might go. Loose leash walking can really be a game changer for Dobermans, but let's talk for a second about their foundation, their diet. Dobermans are athletes, they're thinkers, they're incredibly intelligent, and you need to fuel them right in order to get the full potential out of these amazing dogs. That's why I'm such a big believer in Ollie, because they deliver fresh, human-grade meals designed with veterinarian nutritionists right to your door. And it's not just about their bowl, it's about what you put in the bowl to feed them, to keep them sharp and responsive during training and well beyond that. So just imagine this, your Doberman's loose leash walking actually improves because they're now more attentive, their energy is balanced, and their mind is fueled with real food, not processed kibble. all these meals are packed with whole ingredients like fresh meats, veggies, and healthy oils to give your Doberman exactly what they need to thrive. That's why I'm working right now on getting Arthur some fresh Ollie food to try with Cleopatra to see how she responds. But you don't have to wait. You can go in the link down below in the description right now, and there's a coupon code down there that you can use. It's Doberman Planet, all caps, all one word, to get 60% off your very first box with them. Dobermans really are different, and that's why I love Ollie, because your meal plan will be customized to your dog, including the breed, including the fact that it's a Doberman. So give it a try, links down below. Okay, so Art, there's been some surprises with her behavior, right?
Yes, there has.
What's going on with her?
Well, when I get out of the shower, if I'm putting my shoes on, when I'm on the phone or texting, if I'm not, my attention isn't fully on her, then she has something to say about it.
Okay, super common for Dobermans this age, totally common. We'll tackle this soon. We can work on leadership, which will help a little bit with that. And I think we should readdress the leadership stuff, but we can also do a couple specific techniques that work great for Dobermans to give them somewhere else to direct their focus. I think will really help. So for you at home, make sure you're subscribed and notifications are turned on down below so that you don't miss the episode, because we will tackle neediness with Cleopatra and some of her demands for attention. Super common problem with Dobermans.
Okay.
Okay, Art, as far as your homework goes, loose leash walking. This is our first time doing it, so make sure you practice that when she knows it's time to work, when she has her vest on, and really work on challenging her by having less frequent dispensing of the rewards, and then even starting to remove your hands a little bit and having the eye contact, which she should be used to since we worked on the watch me command a few episodes ago. So that's gonna be really important to work on during this time until I see you again.
Okay.
I'm so impressed with how she's doing. I'm so impressed. She was killing it out there, and she was so focused on me. I took the treat away and the eye contact remained, which is so good because it's our first time doing that with her. And I'm just so proud of her. She's gonna be great. As always, we'll have links to all the products you've seen in this episode down in the description and down below. And don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell icon as well to make sure all notifications are turned on. And if you hit that like button, it would show YouTube that you really are liking this content, and it'll bring it to you a lot more often so you can make sure that you're not missing any steps along the way in Cleopatra's journey to becoming the perfect Doberman companion. I'll see you guys next time.